Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Lostlegendstv. We are
Ready
MC, and I'm Ray.
And I'm James.
We're on round 2 of the October Horror Bracket Tournament.
This time we got Conjuring versus
Insidious. Let me tell you how it's about to go. Let me show you the towel you're about to throw. This is hip-hop, try to run in our house. We'll knock your ass straight out the door. I'm the enemy's epitome, the fantasy, my tendency to mentally give your career the death penalty. I instantly advise you to match my intensity.
and in this one for Conjuring, so we can have it sort of balanced out, because there's only technically just 2 Conjuring movies.
And we had to have 3,
Yeah,
at least.
so what we did is we used Annabelle and Annabelle Creation.
Yep.
To make it 4v4. You go ahead and start on Insidious.
So again, first we do plots, sequels, and freshness of the franchise. So Insidious starts out with Josh and Renee and their kids. They move into this new home. All this paranormal activity starts happening. So they call in a psychic Elise, which is played by Lynn Shay. Their son Dalton, they think they're in a coma, but he's not really in a coma. He has the ability to travel to the further. And so the spirits use his body to enter the world. He inherited the ability from his father. But his father, again, Josh, has repressed the memories of it from his childhood.
Yeah, because if they go back and Elise apparently had been called by Josh's mom to do the same thing for him when he was a kid.
So you have the climax of the movie, and once you think it's all over, it turns out Josh actually gets possessed. And he fucking strangles Elise. Cliffhanger. And the sequels build upon that, basically, except for the last one, which is basically a prequel. So Insidious 2 picks up immediately, continues on through the story. Josh being possessed, his body starts to decompose. And basically Elise, so she goes into the further, and then she tries to basically rescue Josh and save the day.
Josh talks to a child version of himself.
Because remember, they find the tape.
Yeah.
And they see this figure standing in the background, which is actually Josh, like an older version of himself.
Yeah. And basically they were able to work it out to where they were able to get Elise, they were able to get Josh and Dalton out of it. And
That they repressed their memories again, so they couldn't, people from the further couldn't basically possess them again.
And 3 and 4 both prequels.
And the ending of 2 is Elise sees something in the further again.
Yeah, the people that she was with, Tucker and, Specs and Tucker, are doing another house, and she sees a demon that they haven't seen yet.
So in Insidious 3, you have this character named Quinn. She meets Elise from the first 2 Insidious movies. And they try to contact Quinn's mother. Okay, and in that, basically what they think is that they contacted her mother, but no, they did not. It was not the mother that they contacted. Quinn gets possessed and attacks Elise and the team. So Elise shows up and she has to go back into the further and tries to save Quinn. Basically, Quinn's mom basically saves the day.
For the man who can't breathe.
Yeah, for the man who can't breathe, which is really fucking creepy.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Motherfucker has an oxygen mask, and because that has some noticeable jump scares in the movie, because we saw. After all said and done, Elise gets home and she sees a demon in her room. Cliffhanger. Insidious 4 is about Elise, and they basically tell her childhood. You find out some of the things that happened to her while she was a child, and it basically jumps timeline. And
like her dad having a fucking slave in his basement.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah, it was real fucked up. So Elise realizes her father has kidnapped women and holding them prisoner in this secret room.
Yeah.
That she obviously didn't know about. That's the only thing I really didn't like about that movie.
Yeah.
You live in this house, bitch. How do you not know there's a secret room in there? But anyway. So all that happens. They work out the climax in the movie. And this works into a prequel to the very first movie.
They have it basically right before it.
Yeah. Which was cool the way they did that.
They even see Dalton in the further. Yeah. They were going to check out through this one door, and Dalton was there. And just went the other way.
Yep.
It's kind of cool. I like that. The Conjuring is about this. There's this couple, Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Based off real life characters.
Based off real life. They're investigating paranormal events. Since you did to me. They learn about a witch and all this other stuff, Bethesda. They learned about a witch named Bethesda. And she had killed her child, and cursed anyone to live in that house exactly at 3:07 in the morning, like back in like the 1800s. That's the whole villain life of the whole movie. This is them going against Bethesda, and like she vomits into Carolyn's mouth like blood.
Caroline.
Caroline. See Caroline, all the guys would say she's mighty fine.
It's Carolyn, but okay.
But mighty fine, only got you somewhere half the time.
And he gets her possessed. They find a secret passage, another movie with a secret passage that she apparently didn't know about. And they try to get an exorcist going, but they can't get it to go the way they want to. Ed and Lorraine just do the exorcism themselves.
Fuck it, do it themselves.
And they save Carolyn. And you get the second one where they investigate the Amityville murders.
Which was an awesome fucking Easter egg.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it starts off like that, and then they eventually... Lorraine sees a nun and sees a vision of Ed's death. So she's like worried about him going with them anymore.
So in case you wonder where the nun came from, boom.
Bam. Which is also part of the Conjuring series. Cool. And then they get to this place in London. A little girl is named Janet. She's talking to Entity. And they feel like the family is just like fucking with them. Like they're not serious or whatever. Turns out they were. And the nun that she had seen in her vision... What is his name? Valak.
She had been blocking Lorraine's ability to fucking foresee shit.
So, like, it possesses Wilkins, like, the man, like, owns the house. And it's trying to save Janet from falling out the window. But basically, that's how Lorraine had seen him die. And she had to get up there and save him herself by saying the nun's name, which messed the nun up for some reason. I guess that's straight, but it just... I feel like they could have done something different with that.
It was a little bit anticlimactic.
Yeah. And then we got the Annabelle films, which it really starts off with this girl named Annabelle killing her parents and their neighbors. And then she had a doll with her. And they basically just named the doll Annabelle at that point. Like, at least in this one, the creation one at least explains it. But in this one, they don't. It has a woman named Mia who gave birth. And... her husband, John, and Mia and the daughter keep experiencing paranormal events. A detective tells them about a cult that Annabelle had been in. They worship like a specific demon. They summon supernatural beings. Yep. And they ask Father Perez to help them. He gets attacked, and then he's just trying to warn them and everything. But then the demon uses Perez's form to fucking try to take Mia. No, tries to steal Leah, Mia's daughter. Mia is going to jump out the window to stop it, but her nanny actually does it for her because the nanny's name is Evelyn. Evelyn said she did it. She was going to do it because her daughter had been killed in a car crash that she caused. So this was like her way of
making it right.
Yeah, she jumps out the window. Later on, the dog gets bought by another family, a character from the first film. Fourth one, which is a prequel that kind of builds up everything. A doll maker, his daughter gets hit by a truck. 12 years by they basically open up to be kind of like they basically just open their home to the sister Charlotte and the kids she was taking up because the orphanage closed down. One of the kids, Janice, goes into B's room, which is the daughter that got hit by the truck, and she unleashes the demon that is inside of the Annabelle doll. Turns out the reason that demon was there is because the parents of Annabelle, which the mom tells you later in the film, they basically prayed to everybody and everything that they could do to try to bring their daughter back, and the only thing they answered was the demon that said they would do it, but basically just lied just so they can get out.
I like demons too.
Yeah. And then basically the demon takes over Janice in a barn. She turns into the demon. She kills Samuel, the dad. Basically hung the mother up Christ-like, cut her in half. And then one of the little girls, Linda, who's a friend of Janice, tries to throw the doll down a well to get rid of the spirit. She almost falls in. She gets saved by Charlotte. It basically comes down to like a final fight scene where Charlotte closes Janice in the closet, like trapped the demon in there because that's where they trapped the demon originally. Got Linda out of there. Cops come. And Janice had snuck through a hole she made, and she basically changed her name to Annabelle and got adopted by these people, and those are the people that she killed in the beginning of the first Annabelle movie. And that's basically how it went.
So, if we had to talk about which plots are better, this is actually a tough choice.
It's very tough.
This is very tough. Because like both of them kept them kind of fresh, like even though they did like prequels and stuff, it's still very interesting stories. I'm feeling like Insidious a little bit more, but you can't disregard Ed and Lorraine either. Because like this is real life shit. They dealt with the Amityville horror. Like it's so fucking hard to pick.
And if you go to like both situations, both of them go back to a prequel situation to kind of set up other films. Story wise, you want to do it on 3 again?
Yeah, let's do it on 3.
All right, so if we split, we flip the coin. All right?
Yep.
All right. 1, 2, 3, Conjuring.
Insidious.
Okay. We're going to flip a coin. I'm going to use my Tech 9 coin here.
Tech 9?
So if it lands on Strange Music, then Conjuring wins. If it lands on special effects, Insidious wins, all right? It goes Insidious. Insidious gets the win.
Insidious takes
I'm okay with that, because Insidious isn't like... I'm not like so for Conjuring that I can't see Insidious.
Here's the thing, like, I really love The Conjuring. I really didn't get into the Annabelle films.
I feel you. The first Annabelle film like threw me off.
Yeah.
I liked Creation. Like Creation, like,
Creation wasn't bad. Just I really didn't like out of like all the films, that's the one I really didn't care for.
All right, and then we get to box office. You ready?
Yep.
All right, what was Insidious's box office?
Total gross of the Insidious films was $514.8 million.
Yeah, and if you look at it, the first one had a very low budget, but made almost $100 million like that. Yeah. Every single one of them almost made, at least, every single one of them about made $100 million or more.
Which is fucking fantastic.
That's extremely, like, none of them came close to, like, box office failures.
This is, like, higher than 90% of the rest of the fucking franchises we talk about.
Mm-hmm. And then we get to The Conjuring. Conjuring's total gross is $1.12 billion. Not one of their films made less than $250 million.
Nope.
Like,
that's a goddamn landslide.
Bro, it's by far Conjuring takes it.
Conjuring takes that one.
Like, it's hard. Like, the one that made the most was 2, which was The Conjuring 2. Heck, even Annabelle. Annabelle was the first Annabelle movie made the least, but still made $250 million.
At least Creation, brought it up a notch.
Yeah. And then we go to critical response and audience score.
Okay, for Insidious, your critical response was 5.35 out of 10. Mm-hmm. Your audience score was 49%.
All right, and then we get to Conjuring's critical response, which was 6.13 out of 10. And its audience score was 66.5%. So,
Conjuring takes it.
And in this one again, like, none of these films had like terrible scores. Like the lowest one was like audience score was the fourth Insidious film and the third Conjuring film, which is Annabelle. Other than that, most of them at least got 50% on most of it, and that's really not bad at all. Like 6 out of 10 basically, 5.3 out of 10. That's not bad. But Conjuring takes it. So now it's 2-1 Conjuring, and now we get to kills, which is very difficult for this.
This is very fucking difficult because
most of these
do not have kills. Which is very strange for a horror movie.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, at least they set the threshold, hey, we don't need kills.
Yeah, so.
They still make it interesting. So, the first Insidious, you have 1 kill, is where Josh strangles Elise. Mm-hmm. The second one, you have 1 kill, where Parker, the serial killer, like, we had to actually go back and try to pick jump scares because there was no kills.
Mm-hmm. I ended up picking one which was it was a girl who got grabbed while she was looking under her bed. Like, he'll probably play the clip for that.
Yep.
And it's just the way she got grabbed. It would have got me. Going back and watching it again, like, it still would have scared the hell out of me.
So Insidious 3, again, no kills. It has some jump scares. My favorite jump scare was with Elise, with the guy with the mask, which was the man who can't breathe. Again, like, even his look was fucking creepy. Like, he's fucking walking around with a fucking oxygen mask and shit. So Insidious 4, you actually had some kills, which was awesome.
In fact, one of them was a woman was hanged,
yep,
then bludgeoned, Then her head was crushed by a wardrobe, and then someone was killed by a
It was
spirit.
fucking vicious. I guess you can automatically know my favorite.
Yeah, that's the bludgeoning.
With the fucking wardrobe dresser.
Yeah, that's insane. And then we get to the Conjuring, which the first one is just a bunch of animal deaths.
They had 0 human deaths.
And then the second one, there was the recreations of the Amityville kills. That's about it. There wasn't really anything like that. And then the third one, a woman falls to her death, which was Evelyn, because to kill Annabelle. And then you get the fourth one where there was a little girl hit by a truck. There was a woman hung up, Christ-like, cut in half.
Yep.
There was a man who had his fingers ripped off of a crucifix and then killed off screen. And then someone had their throat slashed, setting up the first Annabelle film.
Yep. So if we had to pick kills...
All right, you ready to do 1 with 3?
I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out. What's gonna make or break this for me is 2 kills from 1 kill from each.
Yep.
The fucking wardrobe dressing one we was talking about, and that fucking crucifixion cut in half one.
Yep.
That's gonna make or break it.
1, 2, 3. Insidious.
Okay, Insidious takes it.
The reason I'm giving it to Insidious though is because we actually see the kill. You know what I mean? Like the other woman, she was killed and hung up like Christ and cut in half. That's fucking vicious as hell. We didn't see it. You know what I mean? Like it was just they walked into a room and she's there. This one you saw it. It legit it fell like.
I mean, in that aspect too, which one would you not want to die by? Mine would probably not even being fucking bludgeoned, but then having a fucking dresser to top it all off. If you get cut in half, if it's clean, it won't be that bad, you know.
I still wouldn't want to be cut in half.
I don't want to be
I ain't gonna lie. If that was the case, I would have gave it to. But I'm going by the fact that I actually got to see the kill.
Okay, so this is fucking interesting because, dude, we're at 2-2. This is the tiebreaker.
So now this one's coming down to which one would we be more scared of if we were to face off in either of these films. So
this is called Fearfulness.
Yes.
And I automatically know mine already.
Just from the jump.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about both of them and just kind of put yourself in both of them. So in
Conjuring, you deal with basic possession from the witch, and we include Annabelle the doll.
Yeah. And the doll would freak me out a little bit. If I was just because getting moving and doing anything like that would scare the hell out of me.
And nobody would fucking believe you. It's kind of like Chucky.
Exactly.
But even though Annabelle has fucking supernatural aspects to her.
Like I said, I would not want to be hung up Christ-like with that kill. We get to Insidious, and in that one, it's demon possessions.
Well, here's why I chose Insidious, okay?
Oh, you're already choosing Insidious? You're not even going to do the countdown?
No, I'm not. Because, to me, it's a landslide, dude.
Okay.
I mean, that's just me. I mean, you can disagree with the coin. But here's the thing about Insidious. You have to deal with that shit, demon possession and all that, in the real world. And then you can go as far to fucking die. Be trapped in the further and have to do that shit again. Could you imagine that?
That would be insane. You swayed me. You swayed me. We'll go Insidious.
Insidious takes it.
Insidious takes it. So Insidious wins.
That was a great fucking battle.
Yeah, Conjuring won critically and box office, and then Insidious got all the other ones, and they even won a coin toss. Because it could have been 3-0. It literally would have been 3-0 had we not done the coin toss.
But here's the thing: if Conjuring would have had at least a few more kills, I probably would have swayed that way a little bit more.
Yeah.
But Insidious had just a little bit more to work with.
So Insidious moves on. It's going to take on Omen in the next round once we finish this part of the bracket. Let us know what you thought. Did you think Insidious would win? Did you think Conjuring would win?
Do you agree?
Do you agree? Disagree?
Is there something we missed you want to point out?
Exactly. We're just doing brief summaries, just so we're not spending an hour talking about all these films.
Yep.
We might could do that for a podcast later, but not right now.
Yeah.
But tell us what y'all thought. Put it in the comments. Tell us who you think's going to win the next round. The next one we'll probably do, so y'all know it's coming.
Isn't it Paranormal Activity?
Paranormal Activity versus Amityville Horror.
Which
is going to be interesting. So, until next time, y'all. Deuces.
Adios.
On the couch like damn, what a slam. Then it's back to you, grouches. My crew just might roll on you like